What is going on? I'm Zedmont. Weirdness at the second. I'm not sure if it's the warship season or the darkness or the daylight savings time, but just have not been picking up the game early or often. So this account did get to rank 19 yesterday with this ridiculous base. I think it was Johnny commented and said, do get on the leaderboard, copy Commander Rob's base, who's way up the top. And I know you can click start scrolling before the leaderboard shows up to get it to scroll faster, but I always screw that up. So we're just going to spend a couple seconds scrolling through the many names. Commander Rob was somewhere right about there, so I have taken the base from him, built it out, and cruised into 19. But the way that I'm attacking is with heavy Choppas and tanks, and it is beyond slow and frustrating. But on the plus side, I do have 2 chests available, so my thinking is I'm gonna go down through the troop damage and get myself some Bombardiers. That should be 66 keys. I should be 4 keys short, so that's gonna suck. I guess we're going to get the troop damage and have to push to 20 if we want to get Bombardiers in the next little bit. So my math was not great. I also had to claim 2 chests in iron just to get to the doomed cannons. So not awesome. I'm going to pause. I will come back and I'll have collected those chests because you really. I'll show you one. Let's show you an attack on 4 times mode because it is just beyond slow. Just walking through these bases, having the heavy Choppas out front, and just waiting. And my times are not quick. Heavy Choppas and tanks are not a great combo, and I don't have a lot of stat nodes or offensive goodness, and I don't have flares because haven't needed them yet, but soon enough. Bombardiers, hopefully. Okay, claimed the chests, and as the math suggested, we are 2 keys short, and did pretty well. They fizzled, and then lost by 8 seconds. My attacks were not going to be fast, but a giant Giat-sized butt. Sorry, kids, teenagers, etc. We're going to upgrade that troop damage, which is hopefully going to make my heavy tank attacks slightly less painful. It's going to speed things up a little bit. It is still too slow to show you on the YouTubes. Maybe you're craving some slow grinding, but we're just going to pause and I'll come back and see if maybe I just can't make 20. And we've gotten moderately faster. It's still not exciting, but we're getting closer to that 2-minute mark, which when everyone is fizzling is not too shabby. Continuing that climb up into 20. Now we could also possibly go for laser rangers, but they're behind a block on both sides. Weird little cutout there, but just not worth the price. And Kavon also very intriguing, but we don't have rifles, so probably will backtrack to Kavon, possibly, and or Brick. Brick or Kavon seem to be the heroes that are most appealing, but for now, we'll just keep chugging forwards towards those Bombardiers. And we have a 3 times win streak, which means as long as we don't match someone who's in like 24 or something, 15 stars, far better than 10 at a time, stating the obvious. And for those of you wondering if tanks behind heavies are the right idea, or if I should just go with all heavies, a little bit of extra range does help out at times. You see we've got those couple tanks just hanging in there. Weird video today, but just don't want to subject you to the absolute paint drying slowness that is tanks and heavies. But do know there's a little bit of thought put into this, and it seems to be the best possible troops that I have at the second, even if it's a little bit crazy. Also, quick note that if someone is fast and has decent troops, then I have no shot. Bombardiers should close that gap. Grinding to 20 is going to be a grind, partially because of the sheer boredom involved and every attack taking so gosh darn long. But if we can get to 20, I'm confident we can get to 20, 21, maybe even 22. A couple of you commented and said I can get to legendary with this base, but that seems a little bit of a stretch. And Deimos is a person I have matched. I think he's in our task force, or was in our task force, so giving stars to someone I know, I'm kind of okay with that. Just to continue the flashing in and flashing out and weird timing video, I said giving stars to someone I know, and one person out there is gonna... I've already been accused of cheating this season once, so we're gonna say it very clearly. I'm okay losing stars to someone I know. I'm not giving stars to anyone, and the fact that I have to clarify that is just beyond ridiculous, but 99.9% of you guys get it. Figured I would just be overly clear. And as we finish up another speedy attack, it's kind of weird. I have Seekers. I have not touched that account though. Just not loving the Seekers, so I'm intentionally choosing the slower of the two accounts. Not sure if I have some sort of Seeker burnout or it's already in Diamond, so now I want to play this one, but would love to hear your thoughts on Seeker's viability for the rest of this season. It seems like there's just so much going on with how much you have to purchase as far as choice nodes and things to get going for the rest of the season. And the 7-engine room with the Doom Cannons just throws this weird wrinkle in. So I don't know if it's just lack of motivation, but this is where I am. Tanks and heavy Choppas, and definitely making some decent progress, but gosh, it's slow. And this is the first person I've seen with the Doom Cannons and no critter launchers, and my goodness, does this base ever look so much easier when you... Also, no rocket launchers, I suppose, so we should just be able to cruise through this. I'd be amazed if we don't get faster than 2 minutes on this one. Just absolute... And they've already retreated. Okay, so we have the win, and Doom Cannons without shock launchers and rocket launchers and critter launchers. I'm guessing that's a Seeker player, and I'm guessing they fizzled in very quick order. So we are going to get a very quick time... a very quick time for me. Getting above 2 minutes is very fast for this troop combo. It is not fair to call this a very fast time, though, and I will revisit how they were attacking. Do let me know what you think about this format of the video, just switching randomly between things, but it just feels like otherwise it would have been super painful, and it would have been like an 8-hour long video. So they used heavy Choppa with laser rangers, and those mortars at shore just ate up their laser rangers, and with no hero, they are in a world of pain. Good at them for going straight at... I was going to say straight at my base, but I guess you basically have to go straight at this base regardless of where you drop from. So there is the big retreat. Okay, it's boss battle time, just like that. I can't remember exactly where we started at, but cruising through... Does that say 8 minutes ago and then 9 minutes ago? That seems like a bit of a timing issue, because I guess she... something seems weird there. But anyways, we have won, what's that, 8 of the last 10 with this base, and all of those I have yet to fizzle, I don't think. So cruising through bases slowly. I did retreat on at least one of those, but anyways, you get the basic idea. We're doing pretty okay. And now into the boss battle. We're doing pretty well. I am getting a fairly decent time. I managed to hit a half-decent shock there with the shock launcher and shock blaster, which you probably can't even see either of them anymore. But more importantly, we have gotten a bunch of engine rooms, and our opponent is still at that 5-engine room. And with the retreat, we are going to make it into 20. I am going to have Bombardiers, and I'll show you a live battle now that we've pushed our way into 20. Yay! Hooray, huzzah, with no troop health, with the heavies and the heavy Choppas, we have cruised our way into rank 20, getting those extra keys and bringing you guys along for the ride. Liking that a lot. So we are going to get those Bombardiers, and unlocking those and maxing those, we are going to get way more range, way more DPS, and never have to use tanks again. I'm just going to mix them straight as they were. Not sure if 3-5 is the right combo or not. Probably not, but that's how we're going to do it for the second. And then I can look forward to possibly some troop health Troop health there is 30, troop health there is 34. A little bit strange when the forward ones are cheaper, but maybe we get the tiny shock just as a precaution, but let's see how this goes. And it'd be really, you know what, let's just double check before we finish. Now, this is where the replay system, I hate it. We can't, you see, I just retreated there. That was not fair. You see that we can't see times on any of these fizzles. So I got a minute 42. I got no other way to see. So we're going to aim for 2:10. If we get at least even 2 minutes, should be able to compete. And Bombardiers, really, really excited suddenly. Usually I hate Bombardiers, but when the alternative is heavy tank or heavy Choppa tank or all heavy Choppa, it just, a little bit of Bombardier action does a little bit of good. So, assuming we can get a match here. There we go. I was about to pause, but we don't have to do that. We're just going to go all from this side, I think. You know what? Actually, no, we're not. We're going to go 1, 2, you go over there, 1, 2, you go back there, and then I'll send you over there and you over there. And now let's just make gosh darn sure that all of this stuff is cleared out, because Bombardiers, tanks had the advantage of when they landed on a mine or got hit by a cannon or something, the tanks stayed alive, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it keeping my Bombardiers alive, but the fact that shock launchers are going to key in on our heavies, I think we should be mostly okay, but a little bit of uncertainty here, most definitely, so we'll just keep dropping shocks and dropping things and seeing how we can do with these old dudes. And I gotta say, I would love to see a neon yellow Bombardier skin, just so that I can find those old buggers, because sometimes they are incredibly, incredibly difficult to see, and they blend in so well with the surroundings, and as a result, that shock blaster ate up all of my Bombardiers, and I have lost a third of my DPS. I guess it's not a true third of my DPS, but definitely losing them before I would have liked to. So Supercell, if you're out there watching, listening, I know that there's going to be like themed stuff as far as skins go, and maybe you're going for like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing or a SpongeBob thing, or just please consider throwing in bright colored Bombardiers however the heck you manage it. And we still don't have flare and definitely need to be a little bit more careful with mines, but look at that, our times have gotten a bit quicker, and we are cruising towards that diamond rank, and the fact that my times are quicker means that I will be slightly more interested in playing, so consider going the defensive route. And weird that my defensive route is more fun than my offensive route, but the fact that we're winning 9 of 10 probably has something to do with that. So I shall, you know what, screw it. We've got a 6 times win streak. I'm just going to keep pausing and playing. Maybe we'll end up in diamond, but I'll be back. And Bombardiers hitting 2 mines without troop health is bad danger. They get down to basically 0 health, and so I definitely would be helped out by having the cryo bomb here or something. Looking like this might be my first loss, just because of the fact that I need to pay more attention to mines and my drops and all of the rest of the things. So Bombardiers definitely have a little bit more skill required than tanks, but we'll see just how my opponent does, because that's really the most important thing. And they have finished the base, and so without flares, very much just stuck clearing absolutely everything. Would be way faster with flares because we could kamikaze flare things, but we'll see what the priorities are. Troop health might be a slightly higher. Bendex has bended us over, and it looks like spanked us, so we are going to end the video on that note. Did a good run, but it was ended, and so I assume I'll be able to get to diamond, but no sense dragging you guys along for the slow grind to get there. So hopefully this video was a little bit weird and different and interesting. Not my typical run through. There was a lot of pauses there. Hopefully those did not seem awkward or uncomfortable, but do let me know, because always looking to new things. And that creator code does expire often, so please pop that back in. I shall talk to you soon, though. Thanks for coming in. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'll talk to you soon. I'm Zedmont. Peace.